Hello folks, and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about Camp Half-Blood from the Percy Jackson series. Now you see, Camp Half-Blood is a magical camp for demigods, so they can train and gain the skills they need to survive in the mortal world. They train their minds and bodies so they can go on quests to protect the mortal world from the various forces that would seek to destroy it. Now, Camp Half-Blood is located in Long Island, New York, close proximity to Mount Olympus. Now, due to the shifting power of the West, Mount Olympus is no longer in Greece, but on the 600th floor of the Empire State Building. Freaky? I know. Due to the fact that demigods are constantly being slaughtered and destroyed by monsters, they need a safe haven. That safe haven is Camp Half-Blood. Camp Half-Blood is protected by a magical barrier created by Zeus that keeps monsters and mortals out alike. Now you see, the way this barrier was created is actually quite tragic. The barrier is a result of the death of Thalia, a daughter of Zeus. You see, upon her death, Zeus turned her into a tree, and that tree generates a magical field that protects the camp from most all threats. Terrible, I know. The fact that Zeus turned his daughter into a tree, also terrible. But it helps. Eventually, Thalia would be resurrected, and once she was resurrected, she was no longer responsible for maintaining the barrier, so they used the Golden Fleece. The Golden Fleece strengthens the barrier and is protected by a dragon. Another nifty feature of Thalia's tree is the fact that they have perfect weather manipulation, so it rains, snows, and shines only when they want it to, which is pretty cool. Now that we've covered what Camp Half-Blood is and where it's located, let's talk about some of the friendly faces you'll see around camp. Mr. D, or Dionysus, the Greek god of the vine, is the camp director and the main one who watches over the camp. He absolutely despises his job and would like to see the camp destroyed. The reason he got stuck as camp director is because he decided to chase after a forbidden forest nymph. Funnily enough, he actually has two sons that go to camp, and one of his children actually died, unfortunately, in a battle for Camp Half-Blood to defend it against Kronos' army. Now, that probably makes him hate his job just a bit more, but hey, it's summer camp. You can't be mad forever, am I right? Chiron is the games master and also a centaur. He is a son of Kronos, and he is the one responsible for training demigods and helping them reach their full potentials. You see, Chiron is a brilliant fighter and an excellent mentor to a lot of people. He is a father figure to Annabeth Chase, one of the leaders of the Athena cabin. He is one of the few people that a lot of the demigods feel as if they can rely on, and they come to him when shit hits the proverbial fan to seek his guidance. Argus is the chief of security and the one who makes sure that everyone is safe. He is responsible for taking demigods to and from camp. He also has 100 eyes all over his body, so he doesn't make a conversation well. Apparently, he has a bunch of eyes on his tongue, which is disconcerting for a number of reasons. The cleaning harpies are responsible for cleaning up after all messes. They devour the food that's left over from all meal times, and they clean up the cabins after summertime ends and all the demigods go back to their homes. They're also supposedly supposed to eat you if you don't leave on time or if you don't tell Dionysus that you're going to be a year-rounder, which is kind of funny and kind of terrifying because I don't want to get eaten by a harpy. They also run patrols at night to see if anyone is breaking curfew. They're multifaceted beings, and they're also, kind of gross if they actually eat you. The satyrs. The satyrs are directly responsible for bringing in all new demigods that they happen to come across. They do this by implanting themselves into school systems and looking for people who fit the criteria of a demigod. Once found, the demigod will be escorted back to Camp Half-Blood where they can be trained. They also tend the fields and work with the earth to make sure that they have plenty of vegetables and fruits to eat. The satyrs also have an ongoing investigation looking for the great god Pan, because Pan is the god of the wild and the wild is dying out, so they hope to locate him and bring him back so he can fix the wilds. These are just some of the people who make the operation of Camp Half-Blood go smoothly. But that's enough about the staff. Let's actually talk about how the camp looks. In camp, there are a total of 12 cabins. These 12 cabins represent the 12 Olympians, except, unfortunately, Hades. Hades isn't welcome on Olympus, so this is represented by the fact that he's not welcome at camp. Dick move if you ask me, but hey, what do I know about god politics? To rub salt in the wound, Hera and Artemis both have cabins despite the fact that they have no half-blood children. 12 cabins sit in a semicircle at Camp Half-Blood to represent the 12 thrones on Olympus. Each of them have a godly attribute and a design that fits their parent. Next to the cabins is the dining pavilion. The dining pavilion is where they have their meals. It's also segregated by who your godly parent is. So Athena sits with Athena, Ares sits with Ares, Hermes sits with Hermes, and it kind of sucks if you're a child of the big three because you sit by yourself typically. I can just imagine it now. Hey guys, can I sit with you? No, I have a table. Be lonely. You also have the Colosseum, a place where the demigods train their bodies, learn how to spar and fight. This is where the sword fighting is done, the archery, and learning various other tactics and battle strategies that will help them survive both on quests and in the mortal world. Also on the topic of combat is the woods. You see, the woods is where they keep their monsters, where they release deadly creatures so the demigods can fight them. It helps them train their abilities and skills and teaches them a wide variety of creatures that they would be facing. You also have places that aren't deadly. You have the stables, where they house the Pegasi for their Pegasi riding. And they also have the beach, a place for volleyball and swimming and doing all sorts of ocean activities. To end off this video, I think we should cover some of the things that they do at camp, such as the chariot races. The chariot races are where the campers create and customize their own chariots to race them around the track. You also have Pegasus riding and other various activities like volleyball or archery or all the good stuff that you can do at camp. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. This is kind of my first-ish long-term video, so if you guys could comment and tell me any way I can get better, I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you.